Why are women of Hassan being shamed even as it is day 19 and there is no trace of Prajwal Revanna? We have some very powerful women who will speak on the issue, women who care about other women. Even as it is 19 days, there is no letter for the women who have alleged several cases of sexual abuse on their bodies and soul. Several civil society groups have now, called immediate action to be taken and say that please take down the explicit videos and images featuring the alleged sexual abuse by suspended JDS MP Prajwal Revanna to protect the privacy of the survivors. Even as the laws are in place to strictly follow the rule book when it comes to protecting the identities of women who face sexual abuse, that's the law. Right on your screens. The women of Hassan have suffered a double whammy. Imagine first the alleged sexual horrors that they allegedly faced at the hands of Prajwal Revanna, and second to be reminded of the horrors again and again, even as the videos are apparently being circulated amongst large groups of people. A letter was addressed to the Karnataka State Women's Commission Chairperson, Dr. Nagalakshmi Chowdhury, who is going to join us for a little while on this conversation. And also a letter was written to the Chief Minister, Siddaramaiah, urging both of them to step in and please secure the dignity of the survivors. I am asking you, isn't there laws in place to see that the videos are not shared of these women? Why is it that even as the JDS honchos want to put a lid on the videos, the women don't share the same privilege as it were? The faces of the women can be clearly seen in several of those videos and pictures. Ladies and gentlemen, this is only shameful, and the authorities need to do what it takes to put a stop to this rubbish. Yes, I am using the word rubbish. I debated in the first segment about the political slugfest which is going on, and I now ask you, is that more important than the slander and dangers faced by the women? Joining us, Brinda Adige, very well-known woman activist, and Dr. Nagalakshmi Chowdhury, chairperson of the Karnataka State Commission for Women, who is joining us on the phone line. Dr. Chowdhury, let me speak to you first. Okay, we've lost connection to Dr. Chowdhury, obviously, because I think she was coming on the phone and maybe there is some network problem. Brinda, hi. What is going on, Brinda? I mean, it's been 19 days and counting. I've heard reports that men are now salaciously enjoying these videos. These have become raunchy fodder for them. What is the State Commission doing for women and also the government? Several activists have written now letters to the CM, but I'm only bothered. I mean, the politics is going on, Brinda. You are a big whale, I'm a small cat, etc., etc. But there doesn't seem to be any action on this, Brinda. Why?
You're absolutely right, Sudha. The ones who are bearing the brunt of all of this from the beginning to date are the women. And like you mentioned, today, these shameful videos are being consumed as porn by everybody. And I cannot understand, I cannot believe, I refuse to accept that the government in this age and time with the kind of sophisticated technology that is at hand cannot delete these videos that are circulating on virtual net. Why have they not taken it into action? Why have they not announced that if any of you get these videos shared to you by anybody, report to us? There is no sound, there's no noise about any of this. Everybody is shamelessly consuming these videos as porns while these women are shuddering, are in hiding, away from their families, are not able to even live in the homes that they used to live in because the owners are not allowing them to live there. And they're all gone somewhere. Nobody knows where. Some of the men, the husbands, are coming forward to convince their wives and their sisters to register a case. But the women are not confident to come out and register because we don't seem to find that urgency from the government to say, this is something that is paramount for us. We want to uphold your dignity. We want to safeguard your privacy. And that is why we want you to come forward, do these things. But if we find that some video is circulating with somebody, then we will ensure that this is immediately deleted, removed. But
You
that
know,
is not the confidence
yeah,
anybody is
Brinda, when
getting.
it comes to them putting a gag order, they all say, no, gag order on you, don't talk about you. Then the system works perfectly. I have seen in a lot of cases where a particular video, and it's the prerogative of the person, to be pulled down immediately. You will not find a trace of it anywhere. Tweets are deleted. Everything disappears. Of course, once they say you leave your footprint, it stays forever. But I want to ask, Nagalakshmi Chaudhary unfortunately is not coming on the phone. Maybe it's bad network. I will never, Nagalakshmi, allege that you're deliberately kind of ignoring me. But it's okay, maybe you're busy, but you agreed to the debate anyway. But the point is, what is the Women's State Commission doing? Don't you think that they should really come in? The government also, because after all, the State Commission reports into the government of the day, Brinda. Where do you think is the problem, Brinda? Are they lazy or they, I'm sorry, I think they just want to keep this burning until the results are out.
I completely agree with you, Sudha. They want to keep this burning without an iota of concern for all those women, all those victims. Every day is a torture for them, and they will keep this burning till the day of the results. And that is not just selfish, it's arrogance, it's impunity, because nobody is going to get to those people who are responsible for literally showering these women with so much of shame, insult, and humiliation. And they are all scot-free. Nobody has been caught. Nobody has, till date, the state government has not told us why and how these videos got leaked. When that man says, somewhere there was this thing that came out in the videos everywhere and also on the news channels, that he only gave that video to somebody in the BJP party and nobody else. So who shared it? Who made copies of it with pen drives and threw it everywhere? Somebody should be involved. I'm sure it was not a one-man show. There are many people involved in this. How is it that my police has not come out with any of these answers? How is it no arrests have been made? Arrest has been made of the rapist's father, and that he has now got bail. There are so many others who are sitting in jail for years together without bail. But this rapist father has already got a bail.
Yeah, Brinda, we are flashing you are telling people about all the laws, which apply to assault and rape victims. And it's a long list. Who's going to read them the right act, Brinda? They know the law. You cannot share videos or pictures of those who are survivors of any kind of sexual harassment or abuse. It's there in the law book. Why is it being thrown away? Just to protect a few people, that is, allegedly those who have committed this crime. And also, like you agreed with me, that maybe they want to keep, because there is a Vocaliga angle here. Sorry. It's about whether I'm a bigger Vocaliga leader or you are a bigger Vocaliga leader.
Yes, Sudha, you're so right over here. Now, this is a one-up man show. Let me tell you who's bigger, who's more influential, who's got the clout, who's got the influence, and who might be now the person who has the last word. But all of this at the cost of those hundreds of women, at the cost of their dignity, at the cost of their privacy, and none of the laws will ever work. None of the mechanisms can ever protect these women, and nobody seems to be accountable to the citizens. Nobody wants to give any answers. Everybody is silent, saying we are doing. What you're doing, nobody knows. The fact that you may be doing something, we can't see results or impact.
Okay.
Because you're seeing these videos getting posted everywhere.
Yeah. So, okay.
And that's what the government has to answer.
All right.